It was once a jewel of the old Bankhead Highway, a place to lay your weary head or attend a fancy banquet. Today we're exploring the Connellee Hotel in Eastland, Texas.
Texas is full of lost history, from lost cemeteries to abandoned buildings, from the infamous to the obscure. Hitch a ride and travel across the Lone Star State, looking for hints of Texas' colorful past, our lost history. This is Expedition Texas, and we're gonna find it.
In Eastland, Texas stands the Connelly Hotel. Most in the area are familiar with the building because portions of the structure are still in use. The first floor was beautifully restored to serve as the Eastland Chamber of Commerce, the top floor a banquet hall, and another floor as meeting space and office space. With a quick online search, you'll find the Connelly promoted as a beautiful meeting facility or a wedding venue, but very little about its storied history. To find that, you need to speak to someone who knows, like Eastland Community Foundation President Mark Pipkin.
Well, we're sitting in the lobby of the Connelly Hotel here in Eastland. C.U. Connelly was one of the founders of the city of Eastland, and this was one of his dreams. He began building the Connelly Hotel in 1918, and they got the basement dug and set for foundation, and things kind of slowed there, and the project ceased to be pursued for a number of years. In the late 1920s, some oil men came in and helped Mr. Connelly rescue the project, and the hotel was finished in 1928. We have 8 stories. 7 of those in its heyday were the lobby and 7 floors of rooms. There are 100 rooms in the hotel, and this was the grandest hotel from Dallas-Fort Worth to El Paso back in its day. The road that's in front of the Connelly was Highway 80, the main highway that crossed the country. Interstate 20 took its place, so the traffic began to die in the 70s out front of the Connelly. So in about 1974, the Connelly closed.
Mark, how's it going?
Bob, good to see you.
Good to see you too. The Connelly Hotel here in Eastland, we've been here before. We came through and learned about Old Rip and visited with Cecil Funderburg here. But today, I understand you're going to show us this hotel because there's a lot of history here we didn't even talk about when we came through before.
This is a great place, and I got a lot to show you.
All right.
Why don't we start in a room next door with some memorabilia that we have in a display case, and we will go from there.
Sounds good. I'm following you, man. So what was this room in here originally?
Well, at one time it was a beauty shop.
A beauty shop, huh?
It was a beauty shop in here. This is the cabinet that I was telling you about.
Okay.
This is actually a cabinet out of a jewelry store that was in Eastland for a long, long time, and when it closed a few years ago, they donated this to us. Very interesting piece of furniture. It has about a 300-pound weight behind it.
Really?
So that you can raise this door.
Man.
And this is where we keep some of our most prized artifacts. Let's look at this. This is an original picture of the basement of the Connelly being built, and you can see the team of mules and wagons and men working on that. Very, very interesting picture depicting early Eastland. This is about 1918.
That building in the background, what is that?
That was a school.
Really?
That was the high school, and our hospital sits on that location now.
Really?
That's right.
Huh.
Very interesting.
Now, is that photo next to it the hotel looking at this corner we're standing in now?
This is the hotel, looking at it from caddy cornered here, and that's in its heyday in the 1930s.
So this big window here is this one right here?
That's right. We're standing right in that room.
And coming up, we begin our tour far beneath the Connelly Hotel. Expedition Texas, presented by the city of Canton, Texas, home of world-famous First Monday Trade Days. Eastland, Texas. Find your adventure at eastlandtexas.com. And by Clifton, Texas, the Norwegian capital of Texas. See history, art, and more. Visit clifton.org for more information. What started more than a century ago as a flea market has become home to the most exciting shopping experience anywhere. First Monday Trade Days in Canton, Texas brings shoppers face to face with 7,000 vendors from all over the country selling everything imaginable. Couple that with the small town hospitality of local businesses and you have a good reason to visit every month. The market is held Thursday through Sunday, the weekend before the first Monday of every month, rain or shine. Plus, there's lots to see and do every day in Canton. Learn more at visitcantontx.com.
Hi, I'm Larry Vernon, Mayor of Eastland, Texas. Eastland is a wonderful city strategically located in the heart of Texas on I-20 and Highway 6. We offer a small community feel with exceptional amenities, often found only in cities many times our size. Here you'll find shovel-ready sites for your development projects, an enthusiastic workforce, blue ribbon schools, quality health care, and a progressive, business-friendly city and state government. We welcome you to Eastland.
Discover Clifton, Texas. Experience the Norwegian capital of Texas and all it has to offer. History, art, and more. While you're there, visit the Bosque Arts Center or take in a movie at the Cliftex Theater, the oldest continuously operating theater in Texas. The Bosque Museum, historic downtown, the Cultural Arts District, antiques, and shopping. Plan a trip and spend the day in historic Clifton, Texas. Learn more at visitclifton.org.
You're watching Expedition Texas.
We're in Eastland, Texas, where we're starting a tour of the Connellee Hotel. The Connelly closed around 1974 and sat completely abandoned for nearly 2 decades. Recently, though, the first floor and 2 other floors were renovated. The building now houses the Eastland Chamber of Commerce, as well as a banquet hall, offices, and meeting spaces. Of course, it's the floors that haven't been restored that we're interested in seeing, and that all starts with the long-forgotten basement. Oh, wow. Those guys and those mules dug a long way down here.
They dug a big hole.
They did. Whoa.
Bob, we're at the bottom, and each room that we go into had a purpose. I can't tell you what they all are, but this was the boiler room. It made hot water and heat for the hotel. Everything was steam radiator heated in the wintertime. That's what this room was for.
Okay, so there's some old equipment down in there.
A lot of old equipment. We really haven't done anything.
Wow, yeah, there's a lot of cool equipment down in here.
We really haven't touched anything here.
Okay.
Big old sump over here. And you have a mix here. This is, we think this is original boiler and tanks from the original part of the hotel, and over here is heating and cooling from the 70s.
Newer stuff. Look at this, a little soap dish and place to wash your hands and water, sink. That's an old sink right there.
That is an old sink. The upper floors are full of those. And in the back, you see that opening there.
What is this hole?
That is the original opening to the furnace, chimney, everything that they burned, heated, fumes went out a chimney that exits at the cupola on top, but that is the opening to the furnace.
Did they burn things in here?
I think that they did.
Oh, Mark, there's even more stuff up in here. Are you sure this is where they burn stuff?
That's what we've been told.
If I can get in here. It's kind of piled up a little higher in here. Oh. Wow. We are definitely in an unexplored area of the hotel now for a while. That's cool.
You didn't know you were going to go speedunkering, did you?
It's like a cave. It's cool.
Bob, this is what we think is a maintenance man's room. It is full of all the fittings, nuts and bolts, paints, and things that we think the maintenance people use to keep the hotel up and running.
Oh my gosh.
With everything as it was when the hotel closed.
In the 70s, so all these old cans of paint and glue.
70s or earlier on everything that's in here.
Old shoe.
That is an old shoe.
That is an old shoe. Look at that thing.
Shoe.
Holy cow. Man, now this thing has some miles on it. Look at that. It's got a hole worn in the bottom of it.
That's why it was down here for maintenance.
Yeah, my goodness.
This has some old kitchen equipment and
old windows.
Windows.
Guess when you have to cook for a whole hotel of people, you need something like this.
I guess that's right.
Number 115G.
Let me show you the ice vault that the hotel used to store all their food supplies in the day.
Well, they didn't need an ice vault. They had Frigidaires in there.
No refrigeration at the time.
Oh.
This is...
Look at that.
That's a door.
Yes, it is.
And there are many more inside. They compartmentalized the
You're
room.
kidding. It's like a whole bunch of little ones in here.
Yep. And
wow.
They kept everything at different temperatures. Muffin pans.
Yep. Those are some doors, man.
I'm telling you.
All right, Sean, it's been fun. Bye. And coming up next on Expedition Texas, we'll take you from the very bottom of the Connelly Hotel to the very top.
What is Suddenlink to go? It's TV you take with you. It's your favorite shows online. It's the biggest networks on your laptop computer. And it's free to Suddenlink customers. What's Suddenlink to go? It's the easy way to get complete watching freedom anywhere you have a Wi-Fi connection. And it's another way. Suddenlink just keeps getting better. Start streaming TV to your laptop today.
We're in Eastland, Texas, exploring the 1927 Connelly Hotel. Portions of the hotel have been restored, including the elevator. So we're going to ride from the very bottom in the basement all the way to the top to the 7th floor glass banquet room.
And here we are, Bob.
Now this has been restored, right?
This is fully restored. Beautiful, beautiful room.
Is this kind of what it was originally?
This is what it was originally. Exactly. And an interesting side note, if you look, see that big white house on that hill? Mm-hmm. That is C.U. Connelly's home.
What? So
That's his home.
After checking out the banquet room, Mark said we could get a better view of Eastland if we went out onto the ledge. So, opened up a window and out on the roof we went. This is the fire escape. And I'm, how many stories up now? 8? On an old fire escape. Who knows when this was put? It's a long ways up, but let's head down. Stepping very cautiously. Taking the adventurous route, I went 1 story down and met up with Mark on one of the unrestored floors of the Connelly Hotel.
Bob, here we are on the 6th floor.
Now this looks like a hotel.
Beginning to look like an old hotel.
Yeah.
Let me show you a couple of things. Well, first of all, this is the old elevator doors that came off the original elevator.
Look at that. That's heavy too.
Oh, they are.
My
They're
goodness.
Massive set of doors.
So
They
that's
really are.
that's awesome. That's what would have opened up when you got off the elevator there.
Exactly.
Birds have left
And this
there,
is
Mark.
an example of the door I was telling you about in the ventilation.
Oh,
And
okay.
Then it was ventilated all the way through, and on the back side had a slide that you slid up and down to
Yeah.
open or close your ventilation.
So these slats allowed ventilation
That was the ventilation.
if you had this down, but if you wanted privacy and no ventilation, well, this one's not going to go all the way up. But you could put that up, and then your room would be closed off. But that's how you got ventilation through. It's old office stuff in here.
A little bit of memorabilia that has been given to us.
Yeah. It's an old filing drawer. I think something might have lived in there at one time or another. It's an old typewriter?
Old typewriter.
Oh, Mark, this has still got the...
Pretty original, isn't it?
Yeah, it's still got your new Royal Portable typewriter and your instructions on how to use the thing. So this is a mechanical typewriter. I thought it looked like a electrical, but it's not. Mechanical typewriter, I guess 60s maybe?
Probably. Bob, let's take a look at this room down here. There's a little bit of stuff left in it I think you might like.
Oh, hey, there's a bed and everything. I'll have this room for the night.
There you go. This one's vacant.
Really? Yeah, for a while apparently.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's not. That's
the last resident of this room.
Yeah. He didn't fare so well.
No.
Oh wow. I can see the fire escape. I'm a few floors lower than I was before though. Hey. So what was on the 5th floor?
The 5th floor has a very interesting folklore.
Really?
The story goes, not that I would know, that the 5th floor occupied ladies of ill repute in its heyday.
Really?
And that you actually had to pay the elevator operator to let you out on the 5th floor and visit the ladies that came weekly by bus to trade their services.
Is there anything left down there? And I don't mean ladies, I mean, let's just go look at the 5th floor. Monday, September 10th, 1973. The Abilene Reporter News. Expedition Texas, presented by Go Power Sports. Family fun on 4 wheels. Visit GoPowersports.com. Eastland, Texas. Find your adventure at EastlandTexas.com. Clifton, Texas, the Norwegian capital of Texas. See history, art, and more at visitclifton.org. Hi folks, Bob Malden here for Go Power Sports. Whether you're looking for an adventure on the road, off the road, or making your own road, Go Power Sports has everything you need to get rolling. My kids and I love our Trailmaster 150 XRX from Go Power Sports. And we can always keep it in top shape with their full line of parts and accessories. Visit GoPowersports.com and be sure to follow them on Facebook. Go Power Sports, your off-road go-kart specialists.
Adventures in Eastland, the home of Old Rip, the horn toad that slept in the cornerstone of the Eastland County Courthouse for 31 years. Here you'll find the Eastland Civic Center, the historic Connellee Hotel, the beautiful Majestic Theater, commemorative parks, Inspiration Cross, and much, much more. Call 254-629-2332 or visit us eastlandtexas.com.
Discover Clifton, Texas. Experience the Norwegian capital of Texas and all it has to offer. History, art, and more. While you're there, visit the Bosque Arts Center or take in a movie at the Cliftex Theater, the oldest continuously operating theater in Texas. The Bosque Museum, historic downtown, the Cultural Arts District, antiques, and shopping. Plan a trip and spend the day in historic Clifton, Texas. Learn more at visitclifton.org.
You're watching Expedition Texas.
We're in Eastland, Texas, where we've been exploring the unrestored, sealed-off areas of the 1927 Connelly Hotel. We've been from the bottom to the top, but haven't seen everything in between. After a stop on the 6th floor, our guide tells us that just below us is a floor of the hotel with a notorious reputation.
The story goes, not that I would know, that the 5th floor occupied ladies of ill repute in its heyday.
Really?
And that you actually had to pay the elevator operator to let you out on the 5th floor and visit the ladies that came weekly by bus to trade their services.
Is there anything left down there? And I don't mean ladies, I mean, let's just go look at the 5th floor. We won't be finding any of that, but there's still plenty to see. So, this room wasn't always...
I don't think it was always the stories that the folklore says it was. I think it was originally the hotel rooms, but in its later days, the story goes that this was the floor of ill repute.
When do you think that period started for this floor of the hotel?
I can't venture that guess, Bob. I think in the 60s probably, ended shortly before the hotel closed.
This room still has some old carpet in it, Mark.
Sure does.
Yeah, and an old rug. A few old doors in here, and here's one of these doors. Let's see if we can get this one to work here.
That's a good example of
that door. Yeah, there you go. You close off the vent, you got a regular. That wood still looks pretty good too.
Beautiful. When these cleaned up, they really look nice.
Yeah, but then if you needed to get some air through, this is one of the little old bathrooms. Hey, Mark, I found some old light switches in here.
Any of them work?
No. Look
Dang
at this.
it.
There's the sink stopper. The sink stopper's still in here in the medicine cabinet or the mirror. But I noticed down here some old newspaper. I don't know if we can. Monday, September 10th, 1973. The Abilene Reporter News.
All right, Bob, I found you our last vacancy, the only empty room we have left, and I've arranged for it to be yours for the night.
Wow, room 509.
509 on the 5th floor.
Yeah.
Enjoy your stay.
The storied 5th floor.
That's
Thanks
exactly
so
right.
much, Mark, for showing us around.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, man.
Enjoy your stay.
Thank you. Have a good night. All right. Hey, who are you? Compared to many of the old buildings we explore, the Connelly is in remarkably good shape, as proven by the floors that have been beautifully restored. The areas we toured are sealed off from the public, but if you ever happen to stop by the Connelly and visit the chamber on the 1st floor, they might just show you a thing or two. Well, after a long day of shooting at the Connelly Hotel, we finally come to a place that everybody recommends every time we come to Eastland, and this is our first time to come. It's May's Meat Market, and I'm here with Kay Riffle. Hi, Kay.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Now, you know, you guys have a bit of a reputation out here. Now, this guy sitting across from us, tell us who this is.
This is my brother, my partner, Kevin Plowman.
Kevin, now, are you the butcher?
That's me, yes, sir.
So he does all the picking out the meat, but you tell me, what do you do back there in that kitchen that makes it so special?
Well, for one thing, like our hamburger, it is ground steak. It's ground back here in the market, and then we bring it back here and we cook it on a charbroiler. We don't cook it on a flat grill like most restaurants do.
And there's a bunch of other great reasons to eat at May's Meat Market, but I had come for a ribeye, and that's exactly what they made for me. That's a good steak.